Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled Women Play Hard to Get, but Men Walk Away. Let's get right into it.
Just a heads up for 2026, yeah, playing hard to get does not work anymore. That advice was perfect for a time when people had less options, less access to other people, less money, less opportunities. That is not now. Now people have the internet, we have everybody that we can talk to, so there is no point in running and chasing after somebody that doesn't appear to want you. This goes for both men and women, by the way. Nobody's chasing you. As soon as somebody expresses interest, you tell them, I think we should just be friends, you better mean it, because no one is going to check and make sure that you're serious. Healthy dating in 2026 looks like communication, effort, consistency on both ends. And if you have any type of problem with that, feel free to thank feminism. Just a heads up for 2026.
I think we should all be thinking feminism. Without feminism, we wouldn't have the dating environment that we have now. And in my personal opinion, the ball's in men's court. Okay, it's in our court. Okay, because right now women they have to compete in order to get a valuable man. Okay, there's not many of us, but there's many of them. Okay, so when a woman plays hard to get, you could just say, skedaddle, okay? Go kick rocks, all right? It's easy for us. Women, not so much. So many women in the latest news have been struggling to find men. They've been struggling, but they keep making videos like this. Take a look.
I just saw a video of a lady saying she hasn't talked to her husband in 2 weeks. And all I have to say to that lady is, you mean he hasn't talked to you in 2 weeks? Because one thing about men, they talking to somebody. If they're not talking to you, they talking to somebody. And a lot of times, if they talking to you, they still talking to somebody else. So what do you mean you haven't talked to your husband for 2 weeks and y'all in the same house? Baby, what's the plan? What's the move? Because not talking for a whole day is crazy. 2 weeks? Girl.
And a lot of women would do this thinking that they're punishing you. Oh yeah, I'm not going to talk to him. Meanwhile, he got chicks on the side. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's moral. But ladies, you need to get in where you fit in. If you know you got a man of value, stop acting like he can't replace you. He can replace you tomorrow. What did Beyonce say? I'll have another you in a minute. And in fact, he'll be here in a minute. Yeah, I can have another 304 just like you. Okay, I got to make one phone call. I could just hop on Hinge. It's going to happen, right? There's so many dating apps right now. Women are complaining, where are all the men? Where are all the men? So the minute you act up, here we come. Okay, here we come. Anyway, I thought this video was interesting as well. Take a look.
Let me tell you something. There are a plethora of men I won't sleep with, but at the tippity top of that list are cheap men. I'm talking my coochie hole will close up like an earring hole after you haven't used an earring in a long time. I'm just not doing it. It gives me the ick, along with really Republican men. But it's like, there's a way, like, you don't have to buy me a Chanel bag. I get the economy is not, the best. But, like, there's a way of, like, not having it and, like, also, like, not being cheap. Let me tell you something.
You know what's so funny? Women are going to try to shame us to spend money on them, right? They say, oh, yeah, I'm not sleeping with a cheap man. Well, then fine. Go find a man that's going to spend money on you, okay? And chances are you're not going to like him. So now what? Now what, right? You got a man you don't like that's buying you stuff. How about that? And what do women do when they're in that scenario? Then they end up having to sleep with the men they do like, and they'll think to themselves, well, one guy's buying me something. This other guy's doing this for me. This is what happened, guys. This is what happens. Women will say they want this, they want that. But you can't make demands unless you're in demand. This girl is average, okay? This girl's average. And she think that she could, oh yeah, I don't sleep with no cheap men. I don't sleep with no cheap men. Well, we don't give a fuck what you sleep with, okay? We don't got to sleep with you either. Look, women want you to think that there's a very limited supply of beautiful women. Wrong. There's nothing but beautiful women, right? At least that's the only thing some women got going on for themselves. Anyway, women still get bad advice from women like this. Take a look.
In order to keep a man interested and to keep him coming back for more, there is one thing that most women overlook. Men are hunters. They are wired for pursuit. They crave challenge, they respond to mystery, and they lean in when they feel that they might lose something valuable. It's not a game, it's psychology. So here's what that means for you. Let him feel a little bit uncomfortable. Let him wonder what he means to you, and let him feel that slight uncertainty that makes him want to move closer. Most women are taught exactly the opposite, right? We chase, we initiate, we explain, and we try to secure the connection. But that energy, it flips the polarity. So instead, pull back, not out of strategy, but because your life is already full. Your energy is focused inward. You're doing things that you love. You're not always available, not because...
Lady, You are always available. You are a grown woman, and you don't like a girl that has a lot of men lined up to try to be with you. This lady is trying to give other women dating advice to do something she cannot do. She can't do it. Okay? She's not a desirable woman. And by the way, Happy New Year's. Okay, this is the last day of 2025. Can we please let the rhetoric of men are hunters die in 2025? Let's leave it behind. Ladies, please, let's leave this behind, okay? You're trying to say, oh yeah, it's biology. No, it's rhetoric. It's propaganda, okay? This idea that men are supposed to respond to uncertainty and mystery in women sounds like women are trying to encourage creeps to hit on them. That's what it sounds like. What person feels the most uncertainty from a woman? A man that a woman desires, or a man that a woman doesn't desire, right? A stalker, or a man that she has a crush on? Let's tell the truth. Right? The person that's feeling uncertainty is the man that nobody wants. He's like, I wonder what this means. I wonder what that means. Because women are polite, so they won't just outright reject you. They're going to try to reject you with hints and clues. Ultimately, they're going to make you feel like, yeah, I don't know if she likes me or not. Right? That's the kind of guy that she's trying to tell you to be in order to get with girls. It doesn't work. The whole, I'm going to be a stalker vibe is not going to help you get more girls in 2026. It's not. Anyway, look who's back. Deja Chanel. You guys remember Deja Chanel? I made a lot of videos reacting to the crazy things she's been saying. Now she's kind of getting a little bass. Okay, I guess because she's cut her hair and she's rocking her hair natural. So maybe she's understanding what's going on. But I don't know. I thought this clip was interesting as well. Take a look.
Can I say something that I don't think a lot of people are going to like? And before I say it, I want to say that I'm a part of the problem, and that's why I can easily identify this as a problem. The get up and go, take no mess like mentality could possibly be leading us to a place where we are not able to maintain long-term relationships, whether they are platonic or romantic. I fear that there has been a bit of an overcorrection. For a long time, the message that most women needed to hear was like, stand up for yourself, stop letting him treat you any type of way, get some boundaries, and learn when to leave. And we needed that. Like, we 100% needed that. But I do think that a part of learning how to maintain healthy relationships is also learning when to give grace and when to forgive and when to have more realistic expectations. To remember the fact that you are a human being who makes mistakes and you are dating a human being who makes mistakes. I am not talking about cheating or abuse. I want to go ahead and put that out there. I'm also really emphasizing like the beginning phases of like dating and getting to know somebody. I think that our expectations for someone to know exactly what you want and know exactly how much they should communicate with you and know exactly how to talk to you and like be on their P's and Q's and dots all their I's and crosses all their T's upon first meeting you every second of every day might be a little bit unrealistic. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, Deja Chanel says things are unrealistic. Well, boy, oh boy, have times have changed, right? When women get closer and closer to the wall, when they get closer to premenopausal, they start to realize, oh, wow, damn, there's not that many options. I'm seeing everyone getting married. I'm seeing everyone get proposed to. Where's my wedding ring? And they've realized that they're getting older and they're not getting more desirable. Their back starts to hurt. They're starting to get chubby, right? They start to get love handles. Now they're desperate. They're doing anything to possibly get a man's attention. And this is what I mean, man. We don't got to put up with women's bullshit. We don't. I'm not saying they got to put up with ours. But the things that they thought was bullshit from us really was the bullshit idea they had about, oh, my ideal man, he's going to be able to read my mind, and he's going to know exactly what I'm thinking, and he better show up like this, and he better spoil me. Like, they want us to spend money on a bitch we don't know. Bitch, I don't know you. Why am I spoiling you? I don't know you. I had a girl that I had to cut off because she was mad at me that I didn't text her enough. I don't know you. She thought, oh, yeah, well, your dick's been in my pussy. So what? So what does that mean? I'm supposed to hit you up every day and beg for your attention? She thought that there's no way she's going to ever make an effort. If she wanted to see me, I had to make all the effort. And that's why she's single at 35. And this is why I don't date women over the age of 35 anymore. In fact, I don't even want to go over the age 30. You got to be 29, the latest. The oldest, okay? But I do want to say this. Now women are forgiving. They got grace. Because they've realized that everything they've done has been a major overcorrection, right? It went up from I'm not standing up for myself to now I'm being a tyrant. That's what they are. They're tyrants. And so they've formed all these skills that are long-term relationship killers. Okay? But I'm glad that Deja Chanel's taking accountability. This is progress. And you're cutting your hair, you're rocking your natural hair. Progress. Shout out to you, girl. Shout out to you. Anyway, there's still some women that need to catch up. Take a look. Hey, listen up, Shape Squad. Are you tired of being ignored by women? Well, download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It's going to teach you how to master attraction, build unshakable confidence, and win with women without words. Because chances are you're not ugly, you just talk too damn much. So download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up, and take control of your dating life right now. Now let's get right back to the content.
If I hear that you're fucking another girl, blocked. If I see you paying for other girls' drinks at the bar, blocked. If you are in every naked bitch's like Instagram likes or comments, blocked. Because at that point, like, it's getting weird and like I'm confused. If I have to start telling you how to treat me, like, blocked. I'm not telling anyone to do anything. I'm not their mom. Same with if I see you're following someone that like you used to talk to, like, you're blocked. You can continue to follow them, but like, there's not gonna be no you and me. Because that's weird. You're not gonna be big and greedy with two bitches, let me tell you. If he's really cocky, like, blocked. I'm not doing that. Every man that I've met that's low-key, like, full of themselves and, like, cocky has low-key been, like, the most evil narcissist, like, ever. Said actually everyone. And last but not least, like, if you start, like, sexualizing me and treating me with anything other than respect, like, you're getting blocked. Because you're weird. Did your mom not raise you right?
We're the weird ones, but she's online doing her makeup, talking to a camera. And she thinks somebody really gives a crap about what she has to say. Listen, lady, okay, I understand. You think you got all the power in the world. You're blocking this, you're blocking that. You want a man to be loyal. You want to meet a man who's not sleeping with nobody. Oh, if I find out he's sleeping with somebody, blocked. If I find out he liked the picture, blocked. So he needs to just be ready and waiting. He needs to be sitting in a closet just waiting for you to arrive so he can give you everything you ever wanted. That's what women think. Women think that men just grow on trees. That we're just on the shelves at a store, and when they show up, they want to make sure they get a brand new package. It's high quality, it's tall, it's everything she ever wanted, and it's just there waiting for you. This is the delusion that women have. So trust me, she's going to be one of those girls in a couple years saying, oh, we're all the good men, and this and that. And she's going to have to be just like Deja Chanel, singing the same song, talking about, oh, we got to forgive. We overcorrected, right? Women like this don't even realize how unattractive they are to men. She has no clue. She thinks this is attractive. She thinks she has all the leverage. Little does she know the men she probably desires has way more optionality than she could ever imagine. If you're a pretty girl, I want to say it like this too. If you're a pretty girl and you tend to go for men that are more attractive than you, you're in a lot of fucking trouble. You're in a lot of trouble. Because not only are there men fucking other girls, you probably know the girls that they're fucking. So yeah, so unless you want to date fat, old, and bald, good fucking luck. Good fucking luck. Anyway, I thought this video was interesting as well. Take a look.
A provider man does not keep receipts of how much he has given you, but he does keep track and notice. He really pays attention to your evolution and how his gifting and how his provision is making you a more confident, accomplished, magnetic woman. He literally cannot recall how much he's spent on you, but he will notice and place his value in your evolution, in the ways that those things that he paid for helped you. Whether he paid for something cosmetic, whether it was a bag, whether it was educational, provision is about relieving anxiety, okay? And so as you are being provided for, you're being gifted, you're being looked after and taken care of, you are being relieved of anxieties. And that relaxation and that relief is going to show and glow in all the areas of your life. And that is what he places value in.
No, we don't. Women get online, they talk about men, and other women just say, yep, that's true, that's true. No, it's not. No, it's not. This idea that men just go around spending money on women, don't even keep a calculation of how much they spend, is false. It's false. Have you not heard of CPN? Cost per nut? Every man that's worth his salt has a cost per nut calculation. He wants to make sure he keeps his expenses way below the results that he's getting. He don't want to live above his means when it comes to women. Only simps do that. Women describe simps, and they think that if they tell the world that this is the attributes of great men, that they're going to get those men. It doesn't work that way. Why do you think women keep coming online talking about a man of value does this, a man of value does that? They have to say it because a lot of men of value don't exist in their world. They never met these men. So a woman like this can come along and say, well, he'll be doing this, he'll be doing that, he's going to look like this, he's going to look like that. She don't know what the hell she's talking about. If she had a man that was doing this for her, you think she'd be on TikTok making this video? Do you really believe so? She'll be giving you all the tips on how to get a husband like she has? I don't understand why women think in order that men are going to accept their definition of what a man is. Anytime a woman describes a man, she's always describing a simp. Someone that's going to brown nose woman and is going to make sure that she has everything taken care of her. She's really trying to describe her father, right? Because her father's probably a simp. If the father's in her life, the father's the person that's going to do anything for his daughter, doesn't require anything in return. But here's the difference. That's your daddy. You're from his nuts. You're not from our nuts. Right? And if you're not licking our nuts, you're definitely not getting nothing. You're definitely not getting nothing. Now, I agree. She's an attractive girl. I'm not going to say she's not. She's a pretty girl. I agree with that. But she's dumb as rocks. She's dumb as rocks. And I personally think that women like this really believe their lies. They really believe that, oh yeah, a man of value, and then he's gonna buy things and he's gonna cure your anxiety and it's relaxation, and this is a fantasy. This is not the reality. She's sitting here and she's just imagining what it would be like to be with a man of her dreams. That's what she's doing. She's not describing nobody. She's not describing nobody. Who are you describing? Right? Who are you describing? Anyway, I thought this video, it's like the perfect capstone for 2025. Because after you watch all these delusional women, after you watch them, you realize they come to the same conclusion. What's the conclusion? There's no more men. Oh my God. What happened to all the men? It's the same conclusion. Okay? And here's a girl. She's attractive. But just look at the story and tell me if you don't see that most women are heading in this direction. Take a look.
It is crazy there is no more men left. Like, not one single man. And what's crazy to me is that there's literally thousands of men literally complaining that there is no more traditional women, or like saying like, I want a traditional girl, but they are not traditional men. Like, I went on a date 2 days ago. Let me tell you guys the worst date of my life. I went on a date 2 days ago. We found a place. We went to dinner. First of all, he doesn't have a car. And he asked me if I have a car. I was like, yeah, sure, I have a car. I'll pick you up from work. And I picked him up and we drove there. And, you know, I drive an Audi TTRS. This man was like, how do you have this really nice car? Do you do OF? Like that. I was like, no, I don't. Like, you know, and he laughed it off, but I was like, why is that the first thing you assumed? Whatever. Then we got to the restaurant, and the first thing he asked me was like, not like, how are you feeling? How was your day? Nothing. It was like, so what do you do for a living? He asked me in a matter of like 10 minutes, what I do for a living, what is my income, do I have any education, do I have a place to live? And he questioned me about like my car. I shared that with him because it was just awkward not to. And what I got from him is that he has no education, he makes minimum wage, he doesn't have a car, and he has like 3 roommates, and he's older than me. And, you know, during this whole conversation of like getting to know each other, he was sort of trying to like make these little comments to put me down. Like he was talking about my hair, he was talking about my skin, he was talking about my weight, and I'm just like, what the heck? Like, what? Like, this is like just weird vibes. And then whatever, fast forward, the date ends, and then like the waitress comes, and you know, she's like, oh, well, do you guys like to be paying cash or card? And like, he's just looking at me, like literally staring at me, and I'm just like, what the heck? Like, so I ended up just like, it was so weird, so awkward that I ended up paying. And then I was just like, I dropped him off to his house, and then I went home, and like I was like, oh, like the worst date ever. And then literally a few hours ago, he texts me and he's like, oh, so when are we going out on our second date? Like, what the heck? First of all, does he want a girlfriend, or does he want a mom? Does he want somebody to provide for him, drive him around, pay for the dates? Like, where are the men? Where are the men? And it's not just this situation. It's like a lot of men nowadays, before, like, they are saying like, women are such gold diggers. You have to watch out for gold diggers. You don't even have any gold to dig. Like, where's the gold?
This is so telling what most women are going to go through. I'm telling you, most women are going to go through this. She literally experienced what it's like to be a man when you date a girl. You meet somebody who doesn't have a car, who's making less than you. She dated a guy who's older than her, so for in girl maths, that's like a woman dating us dating someone. Well, she dated a guy that was older than her, but had less than her. So that's equivalent to us dating someone that's older than us that has a bunch of baggage. Either way, the point I'm trying to say is she experienced what it was like to be a man. You getting questioned by somebody that has less than you, that's of lower status, and they're giving you a hard time. And then when you pay for the bill reluctantly, you pay for the bill, they're trying to figure out when's the next time you guys are hanging out. He finessed you. You got finessed. And no, he does not represent all the men in the world. He represents a kind of man that you can attract. Yeah. You can attract losers who's going to be dissatisfied with your weight. They're going to think that you're doing OnlyFans because they don't think you deserve your money. Right? And they're going to figure out how you can spend more money on them. I know a girl like this. I know a girl, she's so masculine. This is the only kind of men she attracts. And she thinks this is all men because as far as she's concerned, that's the only kind of men she goes on dates with. Ladies, it's not all men. It's only all the men you can attract. These are all the men that will be interested in you. And what she doesn't tell you, this is what they don't tell you, that they're very comfortable with this man. That they didn't just end up on a date with this guy. This is a guy they felt very comfortable with. That's why she felt good taking the lead, picking him up. Ain't no girl just going to do you a favor for fun, for the hell of it. No, she felt good about this guy at one point. They might have matched on a dating site. Maybe he picked her up. Or I don't know, he cold approached her. I don't know what it was. Let's just say a dating app. They probably talked for weeks. Like, he did all the things that was necessary for her to invest this into him. And the outcome was what? She got finessed, okay? A lot of you women will be shocked that a man would expect you to be the provider. But here's the thing. You're the masculine one. You're the one that's more successful. You feel comfortable with this guy because he has less. See, this is why comfort oftentimes is the danger zone. The comfort zone is the danger zone because what might feel good, what might feel comfortable ain't necessarily good for you, right? She's probably intimidated by men that got their shit together, that are actually masculine, that won't tolerate and put up with her bullshit. It makes her uncomfortable. Oh my God. And she'll feel like, oh, those men are trying to control me. So she goes out there and she dates men that she can control and she's unhappy with them. This is the shit that I'm saying. A lot of women, they don't realize that their plan, their strategy towards dating is not going to work. If you leave them up to their own devices, they're going to end up with men that have less than them, that are losers, right? Have roommates, don't drive nice cars, shit, don't even have a car, and they got to pay for the first date, right? And she's probably going to go on a second date with him. She's probably going to end up in a relationship with him. She's just a guy that she's going to complain about, but she knows she has no other options. Guys, this is going to keep happening in 2026, and I'm celebrating it. All you loser men, all you beta bucks, right? Well, this is not even a beta buck. This is a beta fuck, actually, right? All you beta bitches that ended with masculine women that are overweight but just drive nice cars, shout out to y'all. Keep running it up. Because you know what? As time goes on, I think more and more women are going to gain weight, be overweight, and you're going to have an abundance of women like this to choose from because they're never going to be able to fuck with real niggas like me. Real niggas like the ones that watch my channel, that know what I'm talking about, that actually have options, that find this hilarious and entertaining, the fact that female delusion is so widespread, they'll never have a chance with us. Because they're going to think to themselves, I want this. I have all these requirements for men. He better not be getting laid. He better not be getting... And then they don't realize that after all those filters, After they filtered through all the men, the only thing they're left with is fucking losers. And that's why they say there's no more men in the world. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Channel blowing up. Happy New Year. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see y'all over there.